Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. Again, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin. Today we have a local whiskey.
Local flavor.
Yeah, a little localness. So this is the Corsair's Dark Rye. Corsairs used to have a whole bunch of different whiskeys.
15.
They now have
2.
They have their the triple smoke, and they have the
Which
dark
is what
rye.
they have always been known
They're
for.
mainly known for. They do it in pretty small batches, really small
Yeah.
barrels, all that kind of stuff. And this is batch 30. But I think this is batch 30 of, it's kind of a rebrand because I think the original was Rye-mageddon.
It was.
So they kind of rebranded it and restarted the batches over. And oddly, this is bottle 480 of 480. I've never had the very last bottle. So there might be a little floaties in there or something. I don't know. So we'll see.
And they still have, like, we went to their tasting room and talked to them. They still have some of their
At the bar.
older
Yeah.
stuff at the bar. And
Yep.
if you're nice enough, they'll give you
Yeah, little samples.
some extra ones.
Yeah. Thumbs up for the bottle open, please. Yeah. Now, we'll go a little heavier. It's a new bottle. It's a new bottle, and it's not crazy ridiculous on the pricing. So we got $45 for a bottle. That's interesting.
85 proof, kind of low.
A little low on the proof. The parts that are really weird for this guy. One, it's just rye. There's no corn. So it's rye and malted barley. A lot of malted barley, too. Like, it's
Yeah.
almost nearly a malted, like a barley whiskey of some sort, because it's 35% of it's malted barley. Then you got 61% of just malted regular rye, 4% chocolate rye, which definitely shows up.
Yeah.
The other, I guess, anomaly? Yeah, that's right. Aged 1 year. And there's bottles out there that are like aged 8 months.
Yeah.
Really small barrels, but
Pretty sure that one bottle that I had at home.
it was the 8-monther.
Yes.
Pretty dark color.
It smells like a Balcones. Get that.
There's a little bit of that dried apricot note. Yeah. Which has to be, well, no, the Balcones ones that they're single malts, right? They're malts are definitely. So maybe they're using the same kind of malt.
I don't know.
Not spicy, a little fruity note. No ethanol because it is only 85 proof, so
Yeah, you get that kind of spicy chocolate.
it drinks really light. Yeah. So one, the chocolate comes through pretty solidly, especially towards the end. There's a lot of
That spicy chocolate reminds me of that one. That one dark beer we had years ago for Halloween.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think.
Had
Like it's a
slow-
chocolate
Yeah.
port with like Mexican peppers or something like that. Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not quite like, it's more of a pepper spice, like black pepper,
Yeah.
than it is like a jalapeno pepper or something. Yeah, chocolatey. Yeah, I poured myself way heavier than I poured you. There's definitely a chocolate note. It's not super sweet chocolate note. It's more just like, I don't know, maybe like high 70 to 80%, like that dark chocolate, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit up there. It's not super like milk chocolate by any means, but there is a little bit of a fruit note. But it's kind of it's not.
This just reminds me of Balcones.
It's not complex. There's not a lot of layers to this. It's it's kind of a flat drink. It's not bad. It's just a little flat.
This is another one of just a little higher proof. I think would have been
I would
ideal.
agree. Yeah, 85 is a little bit light for anything that, I mean, 1 year old. Maybe they had to proof it down because the 1 year showed up too young.
Or they're
Maybe.
just trying to stretch their product.
Or they're trying to stretch the product. That's also a very good possibility. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just lacking a little bit. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Well, they're like other distilleries. They also play in the vodkas and gin space.
Yeah, they have, what, 2 different gins. They have some, like an aged one, right?
Yep. Yeah. And when we talked to them, they're getting ready to come out with their own canned cocktails.
The ready to drinks.
Yep.
Big thing right now. Big thing. Lots of people moving towards that. There was a lot of those There was a lot of those at the Cold Springs event.
I think the whole seltzer movement
kind of leaned towards that way.
Yep. The fruit note isn't as
strong?
No.
Okay, good. That's where I was like, oh, is he going the same place I'm going? Because, I lost.
I don't get the apricot anymore.
Yeah, I lost the fruit. I can't say it's spicy. It's just, there's maybe a little bit of spice. Just a touch of chocolate. Maybe a green note, but it's not strong. None of the notes are very strong. And adding the water, just the one strong note that it had on the nose, which was the fruit, that's gone.
I mean, if you stick your nose in there, it's still there, like deep down though, but it's not on the same level. Now,
to me, there's more of a creamy note, like a creamy feel to it, oily, whatever. The fruit shows up more in the finish. Like the chocolate's not as strong. Now I get more fruit on I get more fruit on the finish. That's kind of funny. But that creamy, it's very creamy. It's like oily and coats your mouth really thick. I can't tell which one I like better. I like it's a blend. I would prefer the neat nose, but I like the finish of the couple drops of water.
Yep.
Odd. Could be an interesting cocktail. It's not a heavy proof, so you don't want to pollute it too much with stuff, but something where it's like a Manhattan where you're not adding that much stuff to it, that could work.
No, I remember having a whole lineup years ago. Guy came out, he brought like 8 bottles. And I remember, I think I said when we did the triple smoke, I didn't care for it then. Then they had Campfire, which was a milder bottle. The whole one that was made with quinoa was interesting.
I don't know if I had their quinoa. I know I had the Koval quinoa? I had that one.
It's just interesting.
It's different.
What they toyed around with.
But ultimately, it was expensive.
Opposite.
Right? It was expensive. They, having a bunch of little experiments and things like that, I think they whittled it down to 2 that...
Well, they created a name for themselves.
Right.
For sure. With having such a variety. But really, the triple smoke is what got them on the scene.
I would definitely recommend going there. It's right downtown Nashville. What is it?
Marathon Motorworks.
Marathon Motorworks. It's right on the very end. Go there. They do tastings. They have a cocktail bar. It's a pretty cool little spot. And then
Live
if you
music.
walk down the 2 blocks, and Greenbrier's right there. So
you get some moonshine and some wine tastings
in the middle. That's right. You can kind of just mosey your way down.
You could spend some time in there.
Yeah, you can.
That building or on that block, I guess.
Oh, the funny one. Okay, so we caught this at the what was that? The Tennessee Whiskey Festival. So everyone sees that the 3 guys, dark suit, white shirt, and thinks Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
And it really does look like Reservoir. No, they were in, I think it was Ireland, and these 3 guys in suits stumbled out of the bar. They took a picture of it. That's their logo. So it has nothing to do with Reservoir Dogs. At least that's what they were telling us. It was just 3 random guys that stumbled out of a bar drunk in suits.
Signed over their name, image, and likeness.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Still looks a lot like Reservoir Dogs. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I haven't seen that movie for a minute to see if it's that sign.
Quite a long time since I've watched it.
Is that it? Yeah. I don't know. Now I got to go back and watch it just to see.
But I mean, $45. It's pretty decent.
It's fine.
Again, just a little higher proof.
A little different. It's different. So yeah, a little higher proof would make that much.
Yeah, a rye that is not
MGP.
Peppery and spicy.
And weird herbal botanical notes.
Yeah, this is just fruity and
fruit and chocolate. With just little baby notes of some pepper in there. But
it's a nice little after dinner.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet for like a cordial note.
Like a dessert bourbon.
And a good
whiskey.
Like transition. Like if you're moving from one type of drink to another type of drink, this would be a good transition to kind of get things rolling.
Well, I wish I had some of their other stuff, but I don't. I get the gin.
Yeah, you do.
It's not a whiskey.
No,
we can't do that on this channel.
No, that would not be
we'll let
exploring
the
whiskey.
That channel.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, I mean, again, if you're in the Nashville area, it's worth popping in.
Absolutely.
Again, You can sit there and do a whole flight. Again, they still have some of that older stuff there, if you're nice enough. Still,
Yes.
They
if you ask questions and
ask
interact.
questions and interact. They gave us a few other samples, and again, they've got some of their own signature cocktails. If you go on the other around the corner, live music, they even have beer for people that aren't whiskey.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little place to hang out. Tasty. Well, we hope you enjoyed really our final
Corsair's review, because there's only 2.
There's no more, unless we somehow come across someone that's got
an old
one
one
at their bar,
Yeah.
which is, I won't rule that out, I guess.
It's possible.
Possible. So, well, we hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, as always, we'd encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You get notified every time we put out an episode basically like this, where we review whiskeys that we either haven't had or haven't had for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Or if there's another rye that kind of fits this profile, like this one, or like the Balcones rye, where you get that
chocolate
sweet
note, a little sweet with a little bit of pepper note.
If you've got one that you like that kind of follows that same profile, let us know. We'd love to track it down. We'd love to do a review of it on the show.
Yeah, and we enjoy those types of ryes.
Yes, we do. Well, thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.